working class is an invention. It wasn't lying out there. It was essentially some conditions that were lying out there, but some human beings, organizers on the ground, created this language, this whole discourse for trying to understand a certain kind of reality and pulling people in to a whole new way of thinking about their relationship to each other. If you think about race politics, oppositional race politics in this country, it's too is an invention, late 19th century invention, right? A couple of organizers sitting around looking at a set of conditions, create almost a different way to understand that reality and pull people together. Both were created at very interesting points of crisis. Crisis that forced a conversation that was very different. And my thought at the moment is we're at one of those crisis points, and what's really needed is a kind of the art of politics, which is the invention of new ways of thinking about shared realities. That's what's inventive in politics. It's when you can in fact create a different way to understand our relationship to each other that gives you a different kind of political subjectivity. You could have it as a kind of old stakeholder conversation, but that wouldn't really quite get to where we want to go if it remains just the labor movement, negotiating with community, negotiating with local municipality. That doesn't quite work. You're really after trying to get those folks coming into a room to begin to imagine their relationship to each other in some very different way to push forward a different kind of politics. I don't know how to do it. I'm almost in part studying history in a funny kind of way nowadays because I'm interested in the invention of political subjectivity. That's really what I'm most interested in. That's why I keep going back to points at which a whole new vocabulary for how to think about human relationships developed. Socialism and the nation state is another one of those kind of remarkable inventions that pop up at a certain point. You're not quite sure why they, because we live inside of those things, we almost think that they are realities that have always existed, but they haven't. They are inventions that are built at a certain moment, and I would surmise that they are built at moments of deep sort of human crisis, which forces a rethink of where it is we are. And I think we're in a certain moment of crisis, which I think requires a different kind of thinking about ourselves and our relationship to each other.